Hello everyone. Hello to all of you and a very good evening. Welcome to the session. Kindly help me understand if I am properly audible and visible. And just wait. Let me. Hmm. So, welcome to the session. For those who are watching for the first time, I'm your faculty of English and my name is Niharika John Mehra. Excuse me. I have been teaching English for more than 10 years and here I am with regular sessions for all of you. So on this channel for this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are having 1:30 p.m. practice, a topic-wise practice we are doing. So there is a series of top 100 questions going on. We are doing all the types of questions in top 100, each top 100 questions. So you can join me at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow here. और साथ ही साथ 8 पीएम की हमारी क्लास चल रही है. नाउ दिस क्लास इज एडिटोरियल एनालिसिस, अ सुपर क्लास फॉर एनीवन जिसको इंग्लिश का एग्जाम लिखना है. You should attend the session. Okay, so here we learn skimming and we practice skimming as well. Then we do vocabulary, very important to be done daily, because एकदम से फिर thousands of words तो learn नहीं कर सकते. We work on our grammar, we want it to be polished, to the point, ability to understand which word is acting as what, and some MCQs, great for practice. So you get the whole package in this session, and from starting till end, छोटा सा session होता है 45 minutes का. So I hope that you give your whole attention, your everything in this session of 45 minutes. जल्दी से लाइक और शेयर कर दो. वी विल स्टार्ट शॉर्टली. सब्सक्राइब द चैनल इफ यू आर न्यू एंड इफ यू वांट फ्री पीडीएफ्स, check out the description box below. वहाँ पे टेलीग्राम ग्रुप की लिंक है. So use that link, join our group for free PDFs. So we'll start with skimming, a very hot topic again. This is from the Hindu, today's editorial. Skimming is where you skip and read, you jump some words and still you get to understand the main idea, summary of the passage, or the main message that author wants to convey to the readers. है ना? यही तरीके की रीडिंग एग्जाम में भी करनी होती. बट फॉर दिस यू रिक्वायर consistent practice to train your brain to know what are the important words and what are not so important जिसको मैं skip कर सकती हूँ. So don't try to translate, don't try to read as if आपको memorize करना है. All you want to focus is कि इतना पढ़ लें, स्पेशली सब्जेक्ट मेन वर्ब पर ध्यान दें. सो यू अंडरस्टैंड ओके यहाँ बात क्या चल रही है. सो यू स्किप एंड रीड दैट वे. अभी मैं आपको 2.5 minutes का टाइमर दूंगी. आई वॉन्ट यू टू skim this article in the given time, and then when I explain you can cross check that have you understood the passage's main concern properly or not. Once you're done reading, in one line, summarize करके बताओ. Okay. So, escalation spiral on the Israel-Iran conflict. So, it is about the conflict. Global powers must persuade Israel to end its reckless war. So, author is saying that global powers must talk to Israel about ending the war. Let's see what else author has to say. Israel's unprovoked aggression now against Iran. So, author believes that Iran has done nothing to provoke, but Israel is still showing aggression that against Iran has not only plunged West Asia into the gravest regional crisis since 73 Arab-Israeli war, but also pushed the Jewish nation, which is Israel, into an unprecedented security calamity. So it has affected not just the two countries, but the whole West Asia. And such damage was seen back in 1973 Arab-Israeli war, but it has also, and at the same time, it has also harmed the Jewish nation itself with respect to the security calamity. If PM Benjamin expected, now again, expected the June 13 attack on Iran, hitting its nuclear facilities and assassinating its top generals and nuclear scientists to cripple Tehran. Now, if the PM, Israeli PM, he expected the June 13 attack on Iran, which hit its nuclear facilities. Many people died. Like how Israel destroyed the Egyptian Air Force on June 567 during the Six Day War, he appears to have made a mistake. So, with respect to this attack, author is saying this is a mistake he made. Iran, in a swift and forceful response, rained ballistic missiles on Israeli cities. So, author is saying that this was, and in response to this, Israel faced this response where a lot of missiles were rained in the sense it was back to back firing on Israeli cities. Until Monday morning, it had fired over 370 missiles, hitting an oil refinery in Haifa, a top research institute in Rehovot near Tel Aviv, and even residential areas. So many places were hit. At least 24 Israelis have been killed, over 500 wounded. While Israel has established air supremacy in Iran, now we can see how much both have affected each other and themselves. I mean, so while Israel has established air supremacy in Iran, it has not managed to destroy Iran's nuclear program. So the program still remains untouched, which is dispersed and buried across the country. So it is across the country, it is not just at one place. So the main reason for Israel to attack was not fulfilled. Israel keeps targeting Iran's military and intelligence leadership and with the aim of weakening the government. And author says that Israel wants to weaken the Iranian government. On Sunday, Mr. Netanyahu said regime change in Iran could be one of the outcomes of Israel's attack. So, regime change in the government in Iran could be because of these attacks. But every time Israel hits Iran, Tehran fires dozens of ballistic missiles back. Tehran replies. While Israel is trying to take escalation dominance, Iran is trying to establish deterrence through offense. Okay, deterrence is prevention. So Iran is trying to establish prevention of more attack by going offensive. The result is definitely an escalation spiral. तो इससे तो और बढ़ेगा ना, offensive होके रोक थोड़ी ना पाएंगे ऐसा. Mr. Netanyahu should have carefully considered the consequences and avoided launching this reckless illegal war. So Israel should have not done this at the first place. The Israeli attack came just days before the US and Iran were to hold the sixth round of nuclear talks. And this happened just a few days before they were supposed to have the negotiation discussions on nuclear. The war has practically killed the possibility of a diplomatic solution to the nuclear crisis. And the war has delayed, killed in the sense, of course, metaphorically killed, the solution that could have come in a diplomatic way to nuclear crisis. Because every country now is ready with the nuclear weapon, or they claim at least to be ready. This also raises questions about Israel's endgame, what they actually want. That is also unclear. If Israel is not able to completely dismantle Iran's nuclear program, it may, as Mr. Netanyahu has suggested, push for a state collapse or regime change in Tehran. So they say they want to, they are targeting nuclear facilities and all. But if Israel is not able to completely dismantle to target all the nuclear program, then it will definitely it is going to affect the regime change, government change in Tehran. Nobody knows what comes next. US President Donald Trump has said that he is still open to a deal with Iran. So यहाँ पे we get to see Mr. Donald Trump, what he has said, that he is still open to a deal with Iran. But Mr. Trump wants Tehran to completely abandon its nuclear enrichment program, which Iranian leaders are not ready to do yet. Not yet. So at this point, what Mr. Trump is asking, Tehran is not agreeing to that. This deadlock means a point from where they don't know where to go. It's like a dead end, impasse. Only makes the conflict more dangerous. Because of this, conflict has become even more dangerous. If the war drags on, the risk of US involvement increases. If war keeps on going, then US is going to involve. And if Iran retaliates by bombing American bases in the Persian Gulf, America has its bases in the Gulf. And if Iran does that, shutting down the Strait of Hormuz or targeting tankers in Gulf of Oman, if it does any of this, it could trigger a security and economic catastrophe. So a lot of trade places, if they are hit, if the American bases are hit, it could then lead to global impact of the war. This is another reason why a ceasefire between Iran and Israel is urgently needed. That's again one of the reasons why this needs to stop. Global powers, particularly the US, Israel's chief patron, and Russia, an Iranian ally, must play a more proactive role in mediation and peacemaking. So, author is urging that particularly US, which is Israel's chief patron, in the sense the Israel's friend US, Russia being friend of Iran, they must make sure that there is peace between the countries. If Mr. Trump is really a man of peace, as he claims to be, this is a bit sarcastic. So, if Mr. Trump is really someone who wants peace, this is his moment to take the lead in restoring order in West Asia. This is a very good opportunity for him to prove himself. I don't know why it ends on this note, but yes, this is what author says. Words. Escalation, intensification of something. If anything has escalated, you might have often heard जब हम कुछ कंप्लेन करते ग्रीवेंस डालते हैं तो कस्टमर केयर पे एंड इफ डजंट गेट सॉल्व so they say that we have escalated your issue to so and so department. So intensify करा है, level up करा है. Calamity, catastrophe होती है, some kind of आपदा विपत्ति of a big level. Unprecedented is never seen before, something we didn't expect, we don't have no idea about. Deterrence is restraining someone, so restrain, prevention, रोकथाम. Supremacy is the dominance of someone over something or other one. Retaliate is to counter attack, reprisal. Retaliation is done when something happened to you and now you want to pay back. Regime change is the overthrow of the current governing party. Dismantle is disassemble, demolish. छोटा छोटा सेपरेट करके नष्ट करना, इस तरीके से जब समाप्त करा जाता था, डिसमेंटल करा जाता. सो यूजुअली इट इज अ ग्रुप, लाइक लेट्स से अ ड्रग ग्रुप, माफिया ग्रुप. इनको डिसमेंटल करना इज टू ब्रेक देम एंड देन डिस्ट्रॉय देम बिकॉज एज अ ग्रुप दे आर स्ट्रॉन्ग. पेट्रन इज अ सपोर्टर और अ बैकर, द वन हु बैक्स यू अप, समर्थक. दे आर नॉट टिपिकली फ्रेंड्स बट दे डू सपोर्ट ईच अदर, सो उसे पेट्रन बोला जाता है. डेडलॉक इज एन इम्पैस, स्टेलमेट, जहां पर आगे आप क्या करें नहीं पता. Once again, good evening. Proactive is dynamic, initiating. Proactive is also a type of personality where you take the first step. You do what is needed to be done. You don't wait for other one to start and then you follow. Catastrophe is a disaster. This is the noun form of it. Okay, so disaster, tragedy of a big level is called catastrophe. The tone here that we find is critical, it's urgent, it's geopolitical and diplomatic because author does demand of a solution diplomatically. Your turn to answer. Part of speech. Prevention better than cure. For which one? Sorry, I didn't get you, Chetan. This is an adjective which is in superlative degree. Since we are using its possessive form here, that's why the is not needed. Yeah, very dynamic, does thing actively, not just the first step, it involves more things. But yes, no. Proactive, reactive, no, they are different. It's not like one is opposite of each other. Deadlock in simple English. Uh, a point, I'll explain you, not a word. I'm right now not unable to recall a word. So it's a point from where you don't know you have to go right or left. It's not dead end, but almost dead end. You can think of it that way. Cool? Okay, changing part of speech. It's the main verb. Part of speech. It is an adverb. Which conditional type is used in this sentence and why? Which conditional type is used in the sentence I have marked and why? Yeah, zero conditional, simple present. So with if I'm using drags, and that is the main clause, and with this also I'm using simple present tense. Now this, no, you haven't told me why. I didn't ask you the tense, but okay. This is type 0. Now whenever anything is a universal truth or truth for time being, like something fact, for example, if water reaches 100 degree, it starts boiling. So that's a natural phenomena. So if war drags on, the risk of US involvement is this is for time being the truth. Both things are very factual as of now. That's why type 0, not type 1. Okay? ठीक है, चलो. So the summary here goes like this. The editorial criticizes Israel's reckless aggression. Of course, author here is of the opinion that is against what Israel is doing, clearly seen in the passage, warning that it has triggered West Asia's worst regional crisis since 73. PM goal of crippling Iran's nuclear capabilities and pushing the regime change has backfired. Why? Because Iran is also retaliating now, resulting in massive Iranian retaliation and civilian casualties. So now the both countries are suffering. The cycle of attacks has led to escalation spiral, endangering regional and global stability. So definitely it is impacting on global level. The conflict also derailed imminent, very important US Iran nuclear talks, which was just supposed to happen, raising the specter of wider war. So the editorial urges global powers to intervene, urgently intervene, like the US and Russia, mediate a ceasefire and revive diplomacy to avoid a broader catastrophe. First question. What is the editorial's assessment of Israel's current strategy? That it is reckless and has led to regional destabilization. Second question. Answer to this one is B. Which of the following best describes escalation spiral, that is mutually increasing retaliation between the two nations? Okay, so one retaliate, one starts and other doesn't stop. That's what he has mentioned as the counterattacks and all what are taking place. So he says that escalation. Why does the editorial emphasize the failure of diplomatic talks? Because the war has blocked a peaceful resolution route. That was the US and Iran talking about, discussing about uh, the advancement in nuclear program. Answer is C. What can be inferred about author's stance on US involvement? So, author mentions that this is the time for Trump to show he can do something to take the lead, and that is that US should lead peacemaking efforts. C is your answer. Next one. Fifth answer is C again. It might lead to a nuclear confrontation global crisis if the war is prolonged. Why does editorial express concern? It may cause regime change in the US. US का regime change तो बोला भी नहीं है, तेहरान का बोला है ना. Next question. Neither the finance minister nor his advisors were available for what? For comment as a noun after the policy was announced. So there is no error in this question. Can you give me the correction? The central bank's decision to hike the repo rate. The decision has surprised market analysts and investors alike. Not just one investor now, because this is a generic sentence. All the investors are shocked. So we want a plural over there. Alike is good to go. Alike is an adjective. Alike means in the same way. So investors and the analysts both in the same manner are shocked, surprised. The report suggests that inflation is likely to moderate. To moderate, V1 is absolutely right in the coming months, owing to something. Owing takes to with it, okay? So, owing to favorable monsoon predictions. Owing to is a fixed phrase whenever we want to talk about a reason. So, owing के साथ to लगाकर वो हम लिखते हैं. Next. Not only the auditors but also the company's management. Okay, now what we are saying here is the not only but also. Not only has plural but also has a singular noun, same like um, either or, neither nor. We follow this rule with not only but also. So but also के part में the nearest one is singular, hence was must come. Despite being warned several times, he refrained. Now, the guys, when we say refrain, we say refrain from, because we are talking about staying away from something. Okay, so refrain cannot take 2 plus v1. To refrain from doing something, so with from we use the gerund, and hence he refrained from disclosing confidential information to the media. Refrain from disclosure. Calamity incorrectly वाला बताना है. The earthquake was a natural calamity. The country faced economic calamity. Sudden death of leader led to political calamity. Losing a phone can be calamity. Let's not be dramatic. Calamity relates to something that is of big importance, large scale misfortune. So definitely for a teenager it may feel like, but it is not a calamity. And formally जब हम इसे check करेंगे तो B is the answer. Earthquake तो calamity है ना. Second, how come earthquake is not a calamity? People are answering A. What did you read? Did you read you have to mark incorrectly? The one where it is used incorrectly. मत पढ़ो है ना, बिल्कुल नहीं पढ़ना क्वेश्चन. Why instruction is important? Who cares? Answer is 12th A. So deterrence is any kind of a stop. So the dog's bark served as a deterrence, as something to stop burglars from doing what they wanted to do. Nuclear deterrence has prevented, resistance has prevented global war for decades. Not using nuclear is nuclear deterrence. Strict punishments are form of deterrence to crime. Crime ko rokna. Army's presence acted as a deterrence against further attacks. Now, deterrence is more appropriately used with respect to like the phrasing when we do it, okay? As a deterrent, you should have said, not as a deterrence, okay? So, if you wanted to use this word, then you wanted to use the deterrent form, because deterrence is uncountable noun, and before uncountable noun, we don't use articles. As a deterrent, T will come, and that's why A is wrong. Okay, answer is C. He is a patron of several arts, supporter, Sahi. The king was known to be a patron of architecture, right. The museum was built with help from royal supporters, patrons, Sahi. The verb form is patronize, Nise or Nize, okay. This is the wrong word in itself. As a verb, patronize hona tha. Next. Answer here is B. The team dismantled the machine. Yes, opening up machine parts. The leader vowed to dismantle corruption from the system. धीरे धीरे करके निकाल देना. The police dismantled the network. Again, something जिसको हम parts पर parts, step by step अलग कर सकते हैं. They dismantled their plan of action. They changed. They withdrew. They abandoned. प्लान ऑफ एक्शन को छोटे छोटे पीसेस में करके उन्होंने बदल दिया. Doesn't make sense. So D is the answer. And the last one. Aisha. Of course. The company adopted a dynamic approach. He is proactive in responding, quickly respond करता है. Schools must be proactive in addressing bullying. So they should not delay. Yes, C is wrong and hence my answer. A proactive silence disturbs the panel. There is no such thing that a silence, which is a noun, can be described using the word adjective word proactive. So see, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So that's it. Thank you so much, all of you, for attending the session. I'm gonna meet you tomorrow. Both the sessions are on this channel. Take care. Bye bye.